Welcome on back, everybody, to another Comic Conquest video. This is a tier list throwdown, as we've been doing for a long time now, August. Um, this week's episode, Spider-Verse. Big topic. A lot of characters in Spider-Verse.
There is, yeah.
And this barely scratches any of them. So this is kind of just the more prevalent ones or cooler ones, I thought. If you don't know how this works, I'll explain it really quick. Me and August Blind, we make a tier list. If we don't, we reveal each other's tier list, and then we debate our terrible takes. Let's just get into it, August. This is going to be an interesting video.
Alright, so, yeah. I recognize most of these, right? And I'm so glad for one of them is here. I would not have thought of him.
Right.
And they're like, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not a guest here.
You're talking about Superior Spider-Man, right?
No Cole.
You sure, bro?
Another automatic guest here.
I think it's like 25 in this list, 20-something, so it's going to be
I think you said 27 at one point.
Yeah, I had to cut some of them off, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I know that there's the many Spiders-Man, but then there's the, like, Todd McFarlane Spider-Man covered in...
What? So...
Oh, wait, that's just Peter.
Yeah,
this is Benji. Okay. I thought Ben, his son, was him for a second there. My bad. Other way around. My computer.
It's kind of hard, because...
Oh, yeah.
Some of these characters are really good.
Who's the Nightwing?
Nightwing? Who?
The guy.
The one with the,
Between Ghost Spider and Noir.
the one that shows his hair?
Yeah.
It's Spider-Kid, I think, or Spider-Boy. Spider...
Oh. I'm not familiar with him.
He's not really there for a long time, I'll be honest.
Oh, well, then he goes down there. And, yeah. Sure, fast. Like, hold on.
Supaidama?
We'll put these guys up here for right now, and then we can move them around. Oh, boy. We'll be back.
Yeah, this is hard. You know. Like, there's some that are easy, but there's some where I'm just like, gotta diversify the list somehow.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Bad. Probably still looks bad. No, I can see how I get ooh gigs.
Dude, this is not okay.
My C tier might be problematic, you know.
Really?
Not because they're fan favorites, but who it consists of. Oh, no, move her down. You go down here. Doesn't make it bad, but...
Bro, I am not okay right now. Alright, well, I have everybody on here, but this is definitely not the way it's gonna go.
People are gonna think I'm, like, a terrible person.
Every girl. I didn't realize I put... Oh, no, Spider-Man's above. I put every girl character B tier by accident.
Dude, I put, like, most of them C tier, and that's why I'm like...
Oh. Controversial take?
Dude, and not because of who the characters.
I
feel like this is the most well-done type of character, and honestly, we've coined a term for him, kind of.
Oh, dude. I have way too many in A tier.
This guy's actually an idiot, so...
And the good people of this nation will squash you like the bug you are!
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, our top one is actually, like...
It's actually the same, bro.
It's gonna be...
That's funny. That's really interesting. Okay.
You get some similar takes here. We'll just start off
as usual. F tier.
I got Spider-Ham. I think Spider-Ham's dumb. Sorry, it's like I get comedic relief,
but John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, funny guy. Spider-Ham. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say besides I don't like the...
I put him at C tier for kind of the same reason. Like, he has no other purpose other than, like, I'm a pig and I'm a spider. Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
That's my joke. Okay.
You got Spider-Boy, Spider-Kid F tier. I understand.
I have no clue who this kid is. I've never
barely
seen him.
appears. You got Spiders Man F tier.
Yeah, that's because he's an idiot and followed Norman Osborn. He's like, Norman good? Okay. No, Norman's never good.
I have him D tier for practically the same reason. We both have D tier Web Slinger.
He has a telepathic connection with his horse.
I think it's dumb. Let's just get into it. I think it's dumb.
It's cool that he literally web slings with, like, guns. That's cool, but, like, other than that, he's stupid.
Exactly. We're kind of moving kind of quick right now.
Moving along to Spider-Man. Just
Spider-Man.
another joke Spider-Man.
Kind of, yeah. I thought it was funny. Put it a little higher than some of the other ones. We both have Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Um,
I haven't seen the show.
Oh.
I don't know all that much other than it's pretty good, but you know, it's Spider-Man, and he has a giant Mac.
Has to start off somewhere, and like one of the first Spider-Man live actions. We'll take it. We both have Penny Parker.
Penny Parker. She's got a dope suit. I'll say that. But other than that, I think she has like 2 stories.
Yeah.
Got
Like
the main
comics,
one.
Penny Parker to me is completely different from like the movie Penny Parker. I kind of like the comics a little more because but still like a C tier character, honestly.
The only time I can remember anything from the comics from Penny Parker was when there was the Venom suit too that just came alive, and that's it. And I don't even know how that story ends, but I just know that happens. So I was like, oh, cool.
Ben and Petey.
Oh yeah, Ben and
D
Petey.
tier. I haven't seen.
I don't know. It's just, again, I don't know a whole lot about them. I know they get like 1-shots or whatever.
I think it's like cool for what they are.
Mm-hmm. That's why they don't join Spider-Kid and Spider-Man.
Good point. Spider-Man should be F tier. You're right.
He's just an idiot.
About the about the Norman thing for a minute.
Trust Norman. Okay. Idiot.
We'll just move to B tier. We'll start with Spider Cop. Which you put B tier.
Spider Cop. I had him at A tier. Almost had him at S tier, just for the sheer meme of it. But it was a crime that we never got this skin in the PS4 Spider-Man. He's constantly mentioned.
Yeah.
And there's no Spider Cop. And so when I saw the comic panel of PS4 Spider-Man looking at the screen, they're like, we need potential Spider-Man. He's like, holy cow, is that actually a Spider Cop? He's real? Yes!
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But he doesn't really do much for the overall story besides jokes, so I put him.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no, I put him at B
tier. It's kind of
tier.
understandable though, because I know you're like a huge fan of the game, so.
Yeah, I know.
It's understandable.
I mean, I played Spider-Man PS4 day 1, so not having Spider Cop and then getting that payoff was like, Odin is with us. Another game reference, but trash.
We'll get into Mayday Parker now too. Mayday Parker.
We never talked about Spider-Punk.
Oh, Spider-Punk? Well, what is there to say about Spider-Punk? Besides, he's punk.
He's an activist. Yeah.
He's funny.
Sure. If you say so.
Okay.
I don't know much about him. That's why
Mayday Parker.
Mayday? Yeah. I put her at C tier. I'll put her at C tier. No specific reason other than she doesn't show up all too much. I know she's had a couple. I think she had a comic to herself.
She's like mini-series, I think.
Yeah.
Mainly. I put her a little higher because I've only read like a couple issues of Mayday Parker, not like full series, and I think it's just dope that we talked about this in the first Spider-Man video, which came out a long time ago by now.
So long now, because this is like the last of our pre-recorded,
batch.
Where we're still in here.
But I said in that video that, or we both kind of said, I think, that I really like that they just slapped the design from.
It's Ben Reilly's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she wears
really
it much
like
better.
Yeah.
I don't know why specifically they did that. I'm sure there was a choice, but like, I'm down for it. I think
I'm down for it.
I think it works for her way better.
Yep. We both put Silk B tier. You want to talk about Silk?
So, Silk, I feel like she had her big moment, and then everybody forgot about her. Which, But I liked what
Silk-
she had, but I do feel like she was kind of shoehorned into Peter's origin a little bit. And
yeah,
then,
she's definitely shoehorned into the same spider thing. I was gonna say
that's
though,
dumb.
Silk has that era from comic books where I was really into Superior Spider-Man for a long time, and then we come off of
Really,
Superior
you were
Spider-Man.
into Superior Spider-Man? Was he into Superior Spider-Man?
And then Peter gets his body back, and then he's dealing with all this, and then Silk comes, and I really was like, what is happening here? And I think a lot of people like Silk. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think she's actually pretty popular with the general populace. But she's only B tier for me because there's so many Spider-Men I like, and Spider people really. That Silk is just
Nice
a little
save.
too quirky.
Nice save.
Yes, Silk is just a little too quirky for my taste. We'll move. We both put MJ Parker.
I think is it Spinneret
What?
or
Spider MJ,
Spider-Man, Spider-Woman.
MJ is Spider Person.
It might be Spinneret. I might be right. I might be
I
wrong.
don't. Pop it up. Where is it? Tell us the name.
Who's right?
Probably you. Let's
go.
Well, we both put a B tier. You got a reason for that?
All right. So I am an MJ simp. That's just a thing. But regardless of that,
Aren't we all?
yes.
I put Spider-Woman B tier, and you had her D tier.
Yeah, that's because Jessica Drew never made any sense to me. She's got she barely hangs out with Peter, I feel like. I mean,
Yeah, she's not really part of
she
she's not
shows
really
up in the
part of it.
Iron Man animated 90s series for some reason. Like, what's up with that? It feels like Marvel they're like, oh, we need Spider-Woman, and then had no idea what to do with her. Can she fly? I think she can fly too. She confuses me.
Great point. I just had her higher. I had her higher for just some of her stories that she has. Because for a while, I think she runs with the Avengers for some. You're right. There's a lot of
Right? She's like a secret agent, and then
Yeah,
she's
she's
like
secret
the
agent.
Avengers, and then why is she a spider?
So explain us why Spider-Woman is everywhere in the comments below, please, because I need help.
And now she's pregnant, or she's not pregnant. Now she has a baby, but she was pregnant. Like,
hard to understand, right? So let us know in the comments some Spider-Woman stories to read, maybe, and I'll get to that. But
and I'll ignore them. But
Spider-Man Noir, we both have B tier.
Nick Cage did a great job, but I don't know. It's an interesting concept, and I think that's about it. He's great.
Yeah, for me, it's about that.
He's great for being like another addition to a spider team if you need it. Like you need that last person.
I would never. And obviously, because they don't really make a series for him, but I don't really like the Spider-Man Noir solo storylines. I always just like him as a part of the team.
Yeah, he's always great. His little his little bit in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, that was a fun exploration. The third character in Shattered Dimensions, that was also always fun.
That's cool too.
I think he works best when he's assisting or you're visiting his world, where he's not I don't think a Spider-Man Noir TV series would work.
Yeah, he's like a side character. Yeah. I think that wraps up for B tier for now.
B tier. We didn't talk about Benny.
Benjamin the second.
So this was the tweet that blew away the internet when a webbed 4 was released. Everyone was like, Spider-Man 4? Spider-Man 4? And no, it's just JJ.
JJ Abrams trolling a little bit, I think. There's no way he did this. We're lagging? Are we okay?
We're good.
JJ and his son wrote this story, so it's really a story about a son and their
Father and a
father.
son.
Yep. And it's actually a pretty good short little couple issues. It gets a little weird at the end there.
I mean, it's bloody, it's weird, it's great. It's I like the art style. I think it's actually really solid. I like sometimes there's some art styles for the one-offs where it's just like, but this works. Whatever her name is, that is Benny's like love interest or whatever. She's great. I can't remember. I just know that she's like she's spray paint. She's like cat. I don't know. She's got
Something
spray
like that.
paint. She tags stuff, but she's cool. She is good. Riri shows up. I know Cole loves Riri.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Riri.
I could actually put him B tier because Spider-Man might be C tier, but I'm not gonna make myself do all that work like I've done for these other episodes. But just know I like his story. And actually, Riri in that story is like less annoying, I find, than any other story.
Is it because she has less to do?
Probably. Right?
But I think the world is really interesting. The Avengers are like they're dead or something. They're dead. They died and brought back. Tony's gone back to alcohol. He's got a ponytail or something. It's the world's messed up when Tony's got a ponytail. But no, good stuff. We should probably move on.
Yeah, A tier.
A tier.
And maybe the first time we'll ever have this happen. This
is so wild. Like it's all the same. A up.
Yep. And let's just get into it. Spider-Man 2099 we'll start off with because I think we have like the least to say about him.
I think he's like one of the first different Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, like really different.
Like he's the biggest step away, I think, when he showed up. He was like, whoa, this isn't like a clone, this is a different guy, and this is a different time, and I think that's why he's really cool, is just because of how removed he is.
Yeah, and also he really embraces like that future idea. And I remember as a kid, I always liked that idea with Batman Beyond, and then I remember like Spider-Man 2099 and holding it kind of to that same degree a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it works. I think the future, I think this is the Spider-Man Unlimited we should have gotten.
Yep, bad.
Cause that show sucks. Terrible. I could barely finish that first episode. Ugh.
Let's move on before we all get upset.
I'm done. Ghost Spider, as she's now known.
Spider-Gwen.
Took me a while to figure out that they started calling her Ghost Spider. Actually, that's a pretty dope name, I gotta say.
I honestly I'm gonna keep saying Spider-Gwen. Sorry, Ghost Spider.
It's good. Spider-Gwen's how we know her, though.
I like this story a lot. This makes sense. It makes a great. She makes a great lead. Also, I think she makes a great lead for her own comic book. She makes a great lead. Maybe if they want to do even a series, it'd be great. I don't really have much to say about that. She's in a band. That's cool. I don't like.
Yeah, I think when she shows up to interdimensional stuff, she works well with the other characters. Especially, I think one of my favorite panels with her is her and Peter. Like, they take a second aside, and they're like, I couldn't save you, and I couldn't save you, so let's look out for each other. I think that's, like, closure for both of them in a way that they hadn't. And I think that's a fantastic scene, and I also like the idea that her and Miles have like this interdimensional
relationship. Yeah.
Like, will they, won't they? I don't know. I don't care if they do. I just love that there's the idea to say.
True. I also like she wears a hood.
She does. One of the few spiders that has a hood and pulls it off.
And we really haven't talked about outfit design a lot this episode, which I'm kind of surprised, but I like that it's kind of a step away from like.
Oh, it's a big departure.
Yeah, like it's a complete step away from like you recognize it as a spider person, but it's a step away from what you know.
It's really the eyes that. Yeah, and that's something that some variations don't exactly get. It's like some are just, especially if I'm gonna use Spider-Man. It's like that's just Spider-Man with but an old lady chef. So yeah. But so I'm gonna start talking about Kane here. I think Kane is one of the most interesting clones. He's got. I'm gonna compare him to Red Hood here because that's kind of one of the best categories he falls into. He's the more brutal Peter Parker, and I like the idea that he's really trying. There's this whole confusing story where he thinks that Peter is the clone and Ben's not the clone. So he tries to kill Peter because he's like, I want the clone to have the good life. Or no, it's the other way around. He thinks Ben is the clone and Peter, and he's trying to kill Ben. He's like, the clone needs to have your life, and he's like, what? It's that.
If you guys know anything about me by now,
I like Superior Spider-Man.
No, I do like Superior Spider-Man. That is a fact.
Yeah, we know.
Scarlet. So this version of Scarlet Spider Kane, I like black and red suits. You know this. But besides that, Kane, yeah, as August said, holds that like anti-hero spot for the Spider family, if that's what we're calling it. I don't know what we would call it.
Yeah, the anti-hero, damaged anti-hero.
Yeah, it works really well, especially when he interacts, like as August described, with these other characters. And he kind of has this weird, like, offshoot journey that you wouldn't expect for a Spider person. And I really like that about his character, and also his costume design.
Oh, I love it. It's one of the best. Like
simple but works, and we need more costumes like that. I think simple and works.
He's also got like the spikes in him, right?
Yeah, he has the.
Okay, yeah, he's got like the hidden blades, and I don't have them anymore, but I had like hidden blades all up here. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, so when I saw Spider-Man with hidden blades, I was like, let's go, that's my boy. Murder everybody.
Murder.
Let's go.
We'll move on.
Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. I know I just said I love Kane, but Ben Reilly will always be my favorite clone. He's got this timeless 90s look with the pouches in the hoodie. I remember this was like the first different version of Spider-Man I saw. Yeah. And like I just remember being like, oh, Scarlet all red with a blue.
That design specifically for Ben, I think, is so perfect for his character. And as you said, that timeless like 90s look, even though the Clone Saga for a lot of people is
it's horrendous. It's a fact. It's a fact. But Kane and Ben are the ones.
The way they recover from the Clone Saga with these characters is really well. And the Scarlet Spiders, I like when they come together and work together. I actually have a few issues back here somewhere, but let's not get into it. Big approved. I don't think we don't even gotta explain Ben that much. I think he's
no. Although I will say they need to stop trying to redesign him. They're on his second redesign, and no, stop.
Agreed.
He's perfect. He's perfect. But I mean, we like these two so much that we've talked about multiple times, and I think we might do a little episode on this about having a buddy cop animated show with Kane and Ben, where they're just bickering the whole time, kind of like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but like dial that up. So
even if we did, I hope they even do a bit in Spider-Verse with both of them together.
I would love it because they've got these. They share something, but then they're very different at the same time. Yeah. Okay, before we go on our like praising these two idiots, let's talk about the Superior Spider. No.
Superior Spider-Man. I don't think I need to really explain this. We talk about this a lot now.
It was this time when I was a little kid and I kept going to the comic book store. We could do a whole montage on this.
And I'm walking to the comic book shop, and Superior Spider-Man was the first series I bought of Spider-Man. I bought all 33 issues. Keep making these comic tier lists. There's an era of comics that I like got into comics with. So like Superior Spider-Man, Red Death, Superior Spider-Man suit and Otto Octavius is a man, just shitting on people as Spider-Man. Perfect. But
All right.
also
One eternity later.
also black. Also, I love like the claws on the suit are great. He also eventually carries around the arm pack. Recurring bit, but this era of storylines, just even not even Marvel, but also DC, I was obsessed with when I had no friends. But anyway, Superior Spider-Man. I approve Otto Octavius as Spider-Man. It works really well for the 30-something issues that he runs it as, and he really like it builds upon something that I didn't know that I really had an itch for. Seeing in Peter. Yes, approved. We'll just move on before August gets upset.
Yes, dope Spider. Oh, cool. Story, cool. Like, suit, pretty dope. I just made 2 versions of it. Okay, next. So, S tier, Peter Parker. We're gonna do it because we have the least to say about him because he's utter perfection. Boom. We did it.
Done.
Boom. Spidey.
God, S tier, Miles.
So Miles really is the only other Spider person that I feel rightfully deserves an S tier ranking.
I mean, it has something to say that Marvel was able to create something that no one else could really replicate, and you keep seeing it trying to be forced out. Even they can't get it to happen again. It was lightning in a bottle, Miles Morales.
I think you mean venom in a bottle.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And by venom, I mean his lightning strike. Because
yeah, I got the joke.
I know it's also it's a joke in the Miles game. It's a joke in a Miles game at one point. Genki is like, why would you name it Venom? It seems confusing. Anyway, he really is. They tried Riri. We've tried with Riri. I think Duke from DC is one of the closest.
Wallace. We talked about this in the Flash video. They tried it with Wallace.
Wallace West. There's the distinction, Wally and then Wallace West. He's one of the better ones, but there are countless others where it's just
it
doesn't
really
quite work.
Yeah. And this time it just really works with the story and how they're able to bring him into the main continuity, because that's what a lot of people are fearing, is that this guy might disappear for a while. Yeah, I don't know. He's just great. And I think it really showed for Sony and when they made Into the Spider-Verse, where he's the main focus. I know a lot of people were really concerned about, like, there's no Peter Parker Spider-Man. You can't have a story like not about Peter Parker. And it performed well, I think, in box office, but obviously they broke that mentality with
They did.
Miles Morales.
And I think he works great in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. That was when I started to stop watching that because I was like, cartoons are for idiots. But I've gone back on that opinion. But he works there. It's great when he experienced his Peter dying, and so he's a little more cautious with his Peter. So those two work great together. He works pretty well in the new Spider-Man animated series, even without Peter dying. It's still a good dynamic they have, although Miles is kind of missing that character trait a little bit. He works fantastic in the Miles game. I know you haven't played that.
I haven't played it.
And I'm not, so this will be spoiler free only for Cole. But he works fantastic with Peter, and then when Peter has to leave because it's a Miles game. He's not dead, Cole, so chill out. I haven't been keeping that they killed him, okay? But he works great on his own, too, and you get a little bit of that, like, having to figure out being Spider-Man. So, Miles overall has been working fantastically.
And he continues to do so, even with, like, non-Spider family characters. You see him interact well with Captain America, and he's kind of trying to fill his own shoes, and I think that's great for what they're trying to do with the character.
Yeah, so just there. I can keep going on about Miles. He's great, especially in the comics now that they've merged the two, and he got that same dynamic that was in the Ultimate Spider-Man.
It works. Yeah, it works really well.
It's good stuff.
And that's gonna wrap a very long video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been August and me, Cole, of Comic Conquest.
Yeah, this will be the last video where we are in these rooms. Yeah, so we've been grinding. You may not like the tier list videos. We don't care because we did them in all like 3 weeks. We just needed something for you guys.
Something, but
we're gonna start pumping out that good stuff.
Link to the description. This tier list is below, and it's been a long road, August. A long road.
You're lucky. You're Asian. You get a little bit of leeway. I don't.
What the fuck does that mean?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.